building.
We are at Jana's Market in downtown Faribault, just off Central Avenue. Royal Ross is in a very festive mood.
Well, you got to be festive this time of year, don't you?
Yeah, he's heading off to Florida, ladies and gentlemen. What a lucky guy.
Yep, going to spend a little time in Florida over the next week.
There's nothing wrong with that. Will you come back with a tan?
No, it's... well, number one, I don't tan. All I do is burn over and over and over again. So, no, I don't tan, but... and it doesn't seem to be real warm down there right now. It's going to be in the mid-60s, so it's going to seem warm to us.
Yeah. But down there, they're freezing.
You know, mid-60s, and it's going to rain about 3 days, I think. So we'll make the best of it and struggle through.
It rains every day in Florida.
Somewhere, I'm sure it does.
It does. It rains every single day in Florida. You always see rain in Florida.
What are your big Christmas plans?
I don't have any Christmas plans.
So that's your plan.
I'm going to ring bells today at Fairway from noon to 6. I hope a lot of people come out and keep me company so
Salvation
I don't fall
Army?
asleep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very admirable.
Well, they're short of their goal, and the people aren't. I'm doing 3 shifts because they don't have enough people to do the shifts.
Yeah.
And the weather's been perfect for bell ringing. You can't complain because it's cold.
No. And at Fairway, you're inside anyway, so.
Well, actually, they are requesting we be outside because they found out that the giving is better when you're outside than inside. People feel sorry for you.
Okay.
That's what I was told.
Okay.
Now, I told them if it's raining or a hint of rain, I'm not going to be outside.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'll be inside, and it's very foggy out there today, Roy.
It is. A lot of humidity in the air.
So if anybody is coming down here to Jana's, please drive carefully. I'm hoping somebody comes by.
Yeah, well, especially the athletes or a coach or
we put a
activities leader, something like that. But let's talk a little Jana's Marketplace here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have been hosting the show here every week for the first half of the season here, and it worked out great. And Jana's got some great food, so it's kind of fun to see people come in and get a meal to go, and also get a hot meal to eat while they're here. So very, very convenient. You can find anything from salads, fresh fruit, hamburgers, cheeseburgers. My personal favorite, the Philly beef.
They have fries. They have tots.
Yep. And, of course, all the breakfast items, the omelets, the meaty hash browns. So come on down, folks, and if you haven't eaten at Jana's for a while, come on down and try it out.
And they'll cook to order, too.
Oh, yes. Yep, absolutely. They'll cook to order.
You want extra onions in your omelet? They'll put extra onions in.
I bet they would. Yep.
You don't get that everywhere.
I like extra cheese.
Who doesn't?
Omelets and in my hash browns.
I don't know too many people that don't like cheese.
I think extra cheese makes just about everything better.
I would
it's kind of like bacon. It makes everything better.
You like the alma blue?
No, I'm kind of just a plain American and cheddar guy.
You don't like alma blue cheese? Wow.
Well, I can take it in small doses. So, on a hamburger or something like that.
So you'd like an alma blue cheeseburger?
Probably, yeah. I could eat one of those.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
They got gifts here, too. You know that, Royal, out there? Yep. They got gifts.
Yep, they got some good gifts, good gift selection, and they got a lot of stuff here. Oh, the desserts. Oh, every time I walk by the desserts, the cakes and the pies just kind of call my name. They look fantastic.
And if you ate them all, you'd be 450 pounds.
Well, I could eat them all over a period of a month.
Or are these no calorie?
I'm pretty certain there's calories in them.
They have that awesome bread, and you can buy, I can't remember if it's a pound or what, but they have smaller loaves of that excellent bread they have here.
Yep.
And I'm guessing the reason why they make them smaller is because they have no preservatives in them, right?
I believe you are correct.
So that's why they go with the smaller loaves.
Yep.
I love the bread here.
Yeah, bread's very, very good.
They don't, some places get for the cheap bread. No cheap bread here. It's good bread.
Yep, I agree.
I can tell a good bread by when I butter it.
Can you?
If it crumbles, it's not good.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Sounds like a good test.
For what it's worth. That fireplace is putting out some heat.
Yeah. When I got back in here this morning, it was a little chilly, but got that fireplace going, and now it's nice and warm and cozy back here.
It is. Last night I did a Bethlehem Academy. I should have brought the sheet with me, the score sheet. Bethlehem Academy boys game at home. They played the Triton Cobras and lost, but it was a great game. 68-59 was the final.
Competitive.
And it was close at the end, and they had to hit their free throws, did Triton to pull away, and that's what they did. But that was the score there. And the girls lost by 5 at Triton, 63-58, the BA girls. So
Also a very competitive game.
Yep, that was a very competitive game. So it was a lot of fun. It was a really good game, and Hudson Dillon had 29 points for
Ooh, nice job,
Bethel
Hudson.
Academy, and a tough night at the free throw line.
Another tough night.
Yeah, just had a tough night. The whole team did not shoot free throws well.
Isn't that the team that they promised us? They were working on those.
Yeah, no, I know.
Work a little harder, I guess.
And that Red Wing game last week for the girls, remember that Owatonna game when they shot so horribly at the free throw line? They shot well at the free throw line in Red Wing, so.
Good deal.
They didn't win the game, but they shot well from the free throw line. And the boys did win over Red Wing.
Good job, gentlemen.
And they also beat Austin this past week, so they had a pretty good week.
The boys did?
Yeah.
Good
So
job.
I thought we might see Coach Hildebrand, but he's got a young family, and it's
Hildebrand.
a holiday weekend. You know how that goes.
Yeah. Or Ed Friesen, hoping Ed'll stop out
Yeah, I was
sometime.
hoping Ed would come by, but he might have plans too. It's a holiday weekend.
It's
Christmas Eve is tomorrow.
Eve. Is there a Christmas Eve? I guess today
There
would
is
be
if
it.
you want it to be.
Today would be it.
This is Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
We come up with something new.
I don't know how original it is, but
You got big plans other than going to Florida?
no. We are going to go there, and my wife and I are going to relax. We have a son that lives down there, so we're going to see him about 4 of the days and hang out with him a little bit and just kind of take it easy. And
Do you have grandkids down there too then?
Nope. He's not married, so.
Is he in the military?
No. The one down in Florida is the one not in the military.
Okay.
My other 2 sons are in the military, but the one in Florida is not.
I get them confused.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. I do too.
You do not.
I know I'm gonna end up like my grandma, where she would have to go down the list of names every time she wanted to scold us. You know, it's like Roger Royal, whatever your name is, get over here.
That's why you should never name your kids all the same letter.
Yeah.
Same thing happened in our family. The girls were L's and the boys were G's. I got called Gary more often than I got called Gordy. My brother's named Gary, of course.
Yep.
And I'm sure he got called Gordy more often than he got called Gary.
Yep. No, all of our kids in our family are ours, including my niece and nephew are both start with ours, and my nephew has 2 kids, and they both start with ours.
Oh, my gosh.
And I have a grandkid that starts with an R, so we've got it loaded up on ours.
I wonder why the R was chosen. Just to go with the Ross?
I guess. I don't know.
Well, it is holiday season, and I read something that I found hard to believe the other day. It's from the Minnesota, what's the name of the organization that deals with realty? It wasn't the Minnesota Realtors Association, but something like that.
Okay.
Came out and said, inventory, and you've been saying inventory's been down.
Yep.
They said it was actually up this past year. Would you believe that? It was like 6%, 5.7 or something like that.
Boy, would I believe that? Well, the problem is you're talking such low volumes, over the last few years.
So even a couple houses makes the percentage.
It could be up and still historically low inventory. So, I'm not going to disagree with it or anything like that. It's all numbers are numbers, but.
Do you get notified when an apartment complex is filled?
No, we do not.
I was just curious if the one out by the middle school is done yet.
No.
Looks like it was awfully close when we were there for the turkey trot.
We did get a tour of the River Chase apartments down here just south of the viaduct.
Yeah.
We got a tour of those a couple weeks ago, and they're going to start having people move in at the end of this month, I think.
Are they nice apartments?
Yeah. Yep. They're nice. They're nice. You definitely be happy in this. But yeah, for example, right now in the 55021 area code, so it's not in the city of Faribault, inside the city limits, but it's just in our zip code, which extends out around the lakes and stuff like that. 39 homes, either for sale or contingent. So that's not a lot. That's not a lot.
And people just aren't building.
No, building's pretty slow too. So new construction is fairly slow right now too. Contractors are, from what I understand, are busy. They have a good supply of work, but it's all in remodeling and stuff like that. But not a lot of new construction building going on.
So people are electing to stay in their homes and remodel as opposed to getting a new home.
I think you could assume that, yeah.
Probably cheaper. I don't know.
Well, the problem, you sell right now, and like we said, there's not very many homes on the market, so you've actually got a pretty good chance of selling the home right now.
Yep.
But then where are you going to go live? You got to have a backup plan. You got to have somewhere to move to. So that means you got to go out and buy a place, and you have to buy, and now the market being small is hurting you. So,
did you ever build a house?
No.
I would think it would be kind of a pain, to be honest.
I hear it's one of the most stressful things you can do in life. That's just what I've heard, folks. I don't know. Maybe a contractor can correct me on that, but I've heard it's one of the most stressful things you can do.
But there's so much to oversee.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to get a general contractor, it better be somebody you trust.
Yep, absolutely.
Because wouldn't there be a tendency to want to kind of give an overview of the whole thing if you're building the house?
Yeah. You definitely pick all the amenities. You pick the cabinets, you pick the countertops, you pick everything down to the faucets. So you gotta pretty much touch and feel and pick everything anyway.
Now, I did do an addition on my house. I was building new, an addition on the house, and had to choose all those things. But my house is so small, it wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah.
But building from scratch, I mean, we dug a basement, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
I didn't do what do you call it the partial basement? The
crawl space?
Yeah. I didn't do that. I went with a full basement.
You want the full basement under it?
Well, it seemed to make more sense to me.
Okay.
It's a personal preference, right?
Yeah.
I thought it would be worth more when I sold it if it had a full basement as opposed to a crawl space.
Okay.
Because it's a small home to begin with.
Yeah. I understand.
People are going, I thought this was a sports show. Not always.
No, not. Sometimes it's a pizza show. Sometimes we talk about pizza in Las Vegas.
We did?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we have.
Pizza in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we talked about my favorite pizza places in Las Vegas one day.
Geez, I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Was I here, or is that when I was gone?
You were here. In all your glory.
Well, I don't know about glory. I am a year older than I was last week.
That's right. Happy birthday.
Which was yesterday. I turned 65.
75 is a young man's age.
65.
75 is you're still young.
And a lot of people have said, you're still going to work? Seriously.
No, I know that's the question that everybody gets asked, and you should just fire back, well, what else am I going to do?
Yeah. I'd be bored.
Yeah.
I mean, really bored. Now, I can fully retire, according to Social Security, at 66 years, and I think it's 8 months, something like that.
66 and 2/3 or something like that.
That's when I can start drawing.
Yeah.
Without having to have a limited income. The plan was to retire at 70, and that's when I was going to start taking Social Security, but I've been convinced that's not the thing to do.
Yeah.
Take it when you're fully vested.
Okay. Different strategies all the way around. So
you can say that again.
But you're in good health, and so you can keep working for another 5 years.
Well, that's what
if you want to.
That's what I'm hoping. It's amazing to me how much strength I've lost in the last couple of years. I got to get back to the gym.
Oh yeah. Us males, we over 50, it's all downhill in the strength department.
Unbelievable. Last couple of years, how much strength I've lost.
I know one time my sons came home, or they were home for something, and they saw me without a shirt on, and they said, "Dad, what happened to your muscles?"
Ed's here.
Whatever happened to your muscles, Dad?
Ed Friesen's here. Last night, very entertaining ball game, Ed. The wrong team won, of course, but it was a very entertaining game.
Yeah, it was. We played hard. We battled. We just I think we couldn't get past that 6 or 5 point deficit. But yeah, I mean, people played hard, and other than winning, that's all you can ask for, right? Is play hard and give it your best effort.
Well, you must have made some adjustments at halftime, because in the first half they got a lot of really good open looks, and they didn't have that many in the second half.
Yeah, part of it was just recognizing a little bit better what they were doing, and just getting people in better position. Maybe adjusting a little bit as far as how far we could leave somebody as far as our help position, and some of those different things, and just also kind of turn up the intensity too. And that was one of the things we talked about after the game. I think it was Hudson Dillon who said, we just got to start games better. So that's something for us to work on, is starting games better.
Timberwolves have had that issue too, there must be something to that, I guess. I don't remember when I was a kid if we had, of course we didn't do that great throughout the whole game, let alone the start of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody varies a little bit that way. Some people get off to really good starts, and some people, feel out their opponents a little bit more, or whatever it is. But, it's being ready to play, at the start of the game. So, some of that is your mental approach, and so those are some things that we'll have to work on.
Yeah, earlier in the week,
we went to Hayfield on Tuesday
and won,
and got a victory there. A game where we had to come from behind. We had fallen behind in that game. I think we might have trailed by 11 points at one point in that game as well, and got to 6 at halftime, and came out and again played much better in the second half than we did in the first half. And I don't know, maybe with 3 minutes to go, I think it was off of a Hudson Dillon layup and free throw that we took the lead for that game. So another good, entertaining ball game, and always good to get the W. And I don't talk with my assistant coaches. I don't know that we've ever beaten Hayfield in boys basketball. It's only been a few years that they've been in the conference, but I don't know that we've ever beaten them. So that's a nice little notch. Yeah, they were kind of good there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that helps too.
Yeah. I mean, they were really they were very good competition, and Chris Pack does an outstanding job for them. I mean, obviously they got a rebuilding year this year with Ethan and Isaac having graduated and so on, but Chris will have them playing well again.
And their great center, that young man, moved to Mankato.
Yeah. Unfortunate that, parents get new jobs and have to move.
So, Royal, do you suggest that he does his halftime speech before the game? So,
yeah, you might want to do that.
Well, if you saw my halftime speech, I don't know that there's anything that I say that makes a difference there, but other than guys, kind of figuring out what the opponent is doing and regrouping is probably what's happened.
Look at this guy sneaking up behind you.
That Petershawn for Triton.
Yep.
He's a good player.
Good player, outstanding sophomore. He can do a lot of different things. I think, trying to remember if he was first team all conference last year or not as a freshman, but he's a really good player.
But he had 4 fouls for the longest time in that game. I kept saying, Hudson, you got to take him to the basket and get that 5th foul on him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and we're trying to encourage Hudson to actually post up because Hudson's really good in the post, and
You didn't feel comfortable doing it, I take it.
no, Hudson would be pretty comfortable doing that. I think it was also probably a little bit the fact that Aaron Huerta was in foul trouble for us, and I think Hudson just, he's got to be our ball handler, and so as far as, passing the ball and then getting himself into the block, probably a little bit tougher to do maybe with Aaron not on the floor.
That's a good answer.
There you go. That's why he's a good coach.
Do you have anything to
I
add?
don't know about the good coach part, but
Oh, yeah. No, I think you're doing a wonderful job.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not listening, is he?
I probably not. He's probably thinking real estate or something or
He's
other.
thinking Florida. He's leaving tomorrow for Florida.
Really? Well, that'll be good.
Hey, I'm still listening to you guys talk about hockey.
We're actually talking about boys basketball.
Oh, okay. That's
Hudson
it.
had 29 last night. He would have had 39 if he hit his free throws.
Yeah, he was. What was his percentage? He.
It was not good,
Yeah. Well.
but that's okay.
Yeah, we were.
That guy expends so much energy in a game. I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean that's part of it is that we just haven't been able to necessarily create the fatigue factor in practice, so that you're used to that. And I think Gordy, you made the comment last year too about Hudson plays so hard,
Yeah,
and then comes free throw time, and it's just a very deliberate moment in the game, and to make that switch from the super intense play to just relaxing and blocking everything out. It's maybe a tough thing to as far as making that switch. We do practice free throws in practice, but
It's
yeah.
hard to simulate the game time
Yeah,
situation.
It is.
You're going from
It's the fatigue.
all out to
It's the fatigue. It's the crowd factors. It's
Do you scrimmage every game? I mean, every practice? Do you scrimmage every practice?
pretty much.
Yeah. See, now when I was a kid, that was a long time ago.
Yes, it was 75
we would
years
shoot
ago.
our free throws during the scrimmage. The guy fouled, you'd have to go just like in the game.
Yep. Yeah, and we've done that. We've done that. We haven't done one drill as much this year just because of the number of kids that we have in the gym. It doesn't work out as far as we have this 3-man 2-ball shooting drill where one of the ways that we can do it is after we go through the jump shooting part, you got 1 minute of shooting 1-on-1 free throws before you rotate to the next basket. But we haven't done that drill yet in practice because we have more guys than hoops.
By the way, Otto Dodderwich.
Owen.
Oh, did I say Otto?
You did, yeah. Owen.
I might have said that during the broadcast, too. It's Owen.
It's Owen.
I might have renamed the guy,
Okay.
but it worked in his favor because he had 5 threes.
Yep. Owen is he's coming around now as far as the first few ball games of the year. His perimeter shooting in the varsity games was he was missing more than he was making. But the last couple of ball games now he's starting to hit his shots. He had a 3-pointer down at Hayfield. That was from the volleyball 10-foot line, actually behind the volleyball 10-foot line. So I think it should have been a 4-pointer. But so that's 25, 26 feet from the hoop.
He had 2 of those last night.
Yep. He's got really good range, and getting Owen to hit his outside shots, and then getting a couple other individuals to just have enough confidence in their shot or in their ability to go to the hoop will make things a lot easier. As far as Hudson Dillon and Aaron Huerta, right, there are 2 key cogs, but especially like last night with Aaron out of the ball game, it was a lot easier for Triton to try to pack in the lane and take away the drives for Hudson, and that's where you need these other people to be able to be, good threats at scoring. And so, we got Willie Potter to make a couple attempts last night, and like I said, Owen, he's starting to come around now as far as his shots. Hayden Dillon, he took a couple threes last night. I don't think he hit either one of them, but as his shooting confidence grows, that'll be hopeful too. And Matt Friesen maybe down around the hoop, and Zach Landers and Andrew Caron and Brecken Katerlich, these other guys that we can have come off the bench, they can all make some things happen.
So are you done now? Are you kind of off until after the first of the year?
Yes, our next game will be on January 2nd when we travel over to Wabasha Kellogg. So we'll take a couple days off here for Christmas. We'll practice next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Good opportunity for us to, get back to, probably some good individual skill work and breakdown work. And, I tell the guys, the season kind of has 3 chunks. You get the Christmas break and kind of figure out who you are and what you need to adjust or redo as far as continuing on the season. January gets to be a grind because you're playing 2 or 3 games each week. And then February becomes this whirlwind race to the playoffs. February just goes fast.
That's a girls-boys doubleheader, isn't it, Wabasha Kellogg?
Yes, it is.
Because I think I've got it on our schedule.
Yep. Yeah, I believe it's a boys JV game, boys varsity game, girls varsity game.
All right. Lots of basketball that day for you, Gordy.
You going to come down and watch?
I'm not going to be. Well, no, by then I'll be back. So, by then I'll be back.
But you don't want to go to Wabasha Kellogg.
He doesn't want to show off his tan.
We already talked about that.
Yeah, there will be no tan.
Royal does not tan.
No, I'm pasty white, so all I do is burn over and over and over again.
Okay, well.
I can relate to that.
When you're well done on one side, just turn over.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. Well, thanks, Ed, for coming out. You have a Merry Christmas.
Have a Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Good luck to
Appreciate
your
it very,
team
very
here
much.
after the first of the year.
Yeah. Maybe we get a couple of those guys down. I promise I won't call him Otto.
Yeah, you know you're going to now.
No, I won't. I'll remember now.
You'll remember now.
Because I think I might have slipped a couple of times last night. I don't know why Otto was in my head when his name's Owen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to listen to it to see if I did.
Yeah. You were still giving him credit.
Because we have Gamecast now. All of our games are in a folder called Gamecast. Every game you can listen to. If you heard a portion of it and you had to go do something, didn't get the chance to hear the end, you can do that.
Nice.
Or if you're an athlete that participated, it is so cool to hear your name called on the radio in a game.
I agree.
It is so cool. Speaking of cool, G&H Property Management.
Yep, G&H Management, located right in beautiful downtown Faribault in the Depot Square building, full-service real estate company, property management, association management, and sales and leasing. So if you need help with your real estate, give us a call, 507-334-3499, and we will be more than happy to help you out in anything you need. So,
Very cool.
yeah, yep. Well, it's been a great half a year so far. Lots of fun, and I always enjoy getting together with you, Gordy, and talking a little high school activities. So,
But you won't be.
The Southern